Hi, this is Brian of Hippotastic Learning, and this time we're going to learn on how to create sunlight rays on our photo. So what we have over here is our initial image, and then this is the effect that we're after. Okay, so you have sun rays at the background, and then it has this orange-like feeling and color at the background. Okay, so first things first, let's copy the image. So I'm clicking Ctrl A. And then let's copy the image and let's create a new file wherein we can work with our image. Okay, so let's go for paste, and then first thing is you want to have a fog-like effect on our background. So let's go to layers and then let's create a new layer over here. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's have a look at filters, render, and then clouds. And also make sure that your colors over here are black and white, okay? Black for the foreground and then white for the background. If it's not, then you can just press D to set it to the default colors. Okay, so let's go back over here. Let's go for filter, render, and then clouds. So you can see that it's placed on top of this one. So we want to make it on top of our image. So we just selected overlay from the options over here. So you can see a fog-like image on top of our main image over here. Now what we want to happen is to have another effect. So let's go to filter and then let's have a look at blurs, radial blurs. Okay, so this one, what it does is it gives you it's either a spinning effect or a ray-like effect, so which is what we want for our picture over here. But before we do that, what we want to do is let's click cancel, make sure this is still selected, and then go for, you want to change it into a smart object. So we're gonna select convert for smart filters. Because the cool thing of this one, you can see this icon over here at the lower right corner, is that it's a smart object. And the cool thing is once we apply our blur over here, okay, so let's just leave it as 100, zoom, and then good. Okay, so it's applying right now, and it's gonna change our clouds into a ray-like filter. And the cool thing is it keeps track of your changes, so you can see over here that it has radial blur listed. You can double click on it and then just change your settings as you need. So the changes that we're making right now is not permanent, meaning that you can change it anytime you want because it's a smart object. It keeps track of the changes you've made to your image or to this specific layer. Okay, so what we want to do is position our center to somewhere close to our couple. Let's go for OK, and let's wait for a bit and see what happens. And you can see that if it looks okay to you, then it should be fine. And the next thing is, you may want to remove some of the effect at the bottom of the page over here. So what we're gonna do is pick this one, add layer mask. So what we can do right now is pick a brush. So pick this one, the brush tool. Change your setting to make it a bit bigger, maybe 180 pixels looks good. And now what we're gonna do is just left click and hold, and it's gonna start removing some of the effect over here. Okay, so let's remove some of the effects. You can see it's changing a bit, and then maybe around our couple we want to remove some of the shining effect. Okay, and also have a look at this layer over here right now. Is you can see the black shaded area. So this is where I've applied my brush tool right now, and I'm removing some of the effects. And lastly is we want to apply a photo filter effect because our rays right now are kind of white. So what we want to happen is to apply a photo filter on top of this. And you can see that if we go back here to our layers, there's our photo filter. And then let's go to adjustments. You can see that it's a warming filter. So if we increase our density, you're gonna see an orange effect applied on it. So you can just play around with this one. Let's say we want it to be yellow. So it changes color, green. Okay, so it pretty much applies on top of it, but I think the default would be the best for this sunlight effect. Okay, so just change this setting on what you see, like what works best for your photo. Okay, and there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial.